Listen to specific information, distinguishing relevant and irrelevant information in familiar contexts and on familiar topics. Listening to specific information. 1. Listening for names, dates, and other numbers. Example, the listening text may include name, places, and numerical information such as dates, time, and numbers. Secondly, example of questions where you must identify specific information. Example, why did someone go to? Next, how did travel to? Lastly, the was different from other because it offered. Distinguishing the relevant from the irrelevant. Example, you have to determine which information is linked to the subject and issue. If you cannot make a connection between the information and the subject, it is probably irrelevant. Second, look for points that are related to a subject or an issue. Lastly, for an example, if the question asks, what are the psychological impacts of natural disasters? Look for the emotional and mental effects of the subject discussed, which is natural disasters and not some other information such as financial loss. Here are some do's and don'ts for listening. The do's are: number 1, concentrate and listen actively. Second, read and listen to the instruction. Third, read ahead to be prepared. And lastly, use the pause to check your answer. And the don'ts: 1, get distracted. Second, spend too much time on one question. Third, panic if you miss a question. Do not panic. Continue with the next question and return to the missed one. Lastly, leave any question unanswered. What you should do. First, skim through all the question and the answers options to get general idea of the text that you are going to listen to. Next, underline the keywords in the question so that you know what to listen for later on. Third, listen for specific information you need to answer the question. Pay attention to the content and the flow of the ideas or information as delivered by the speakers. Lastly, carefully check each possible option. Remember that some of the most likely answers may be paraphrased. Some vocabulary given in the option may be found in the text. Next, choose the most suitable answer to the question. Next, if you are unable to answer a question, attempt it again during your second listening of the text. If the time permits, carry out the final check of your selected answers. Make sure all the questions are answered. Now, let's practice. Listen to a conversation between Ruslan and his friend Lina. As you listen, choose the correct answer from question 1 to 4. Circle the correct answer. Number 1. Why is Horticulture Club organizing a trip? A. To research the local plants. B. To teach the students survival skill. C. To provide holiday activities for the student. 2. How will the participants travel to the campsite? A. Their parents drive. B. They will kayak there. C. They will take a bus. 3. This trip is different from the previous two because it will A. Take place at a campsite, B. Last 4 days and 3 nights, C. Be restricted to club members and certain prefects only. 4. Which map shows the correct position of the 3 food outlets? See you again. Thank you.